Hi there, Will Rice with the Tips team, bringing you a tutorial on a great new Chrome OS feature that will be available to staff and students in the fall of 2025. The Class Tools app offers teachers and students a new way to interact with their Chrome OS devices in their classroom. The Class Tools app allows for teachers to offer a more managed and monitored environment for their students while using Chromebooks in the classroom. When installed, the Class Tools app will be added to the shelf of every staff member and student, as well as be available through the launcher. Opening Class Tools for the first time will allow a teacher to prepare a session. Three aspects of a session that need to be prepared prior to launching it for students to enter into this managed environment is to select the students that will take part in this Class Tools session, the resources that students will have access to, and whether or not you would like to use the captions and translations features. So let's go ahead and click on Students and learn how to add students to the session. The easiest and most recommended way to do this is simply to click the Add Students button, and it's going to ask you to go to your Google Classroom roster. So in this case, I only have one classroom set up. If I had multiple Google Classrooms, I'd be able to pick the appropriate class. And when I click on it, it will show me all the students in that classroom roster. In this case, I have 2 students, so I'll just add the 2 students to my roster, see them added to the list, and then I'll be able to go back and define those resources that students will have access to. There are a couple of ways to add resources to a Class Tools session for students. You can add from Google Classroom assignments, tabs that you've previously opened and prepared in Google Chrome browser, or manually typing in links. Classroom assignments pull from the same classrooms that you have available to you. In this case, I only have one Google Classroom, so it's showing me directly those assignments. And in this case, I could go ahead and simply check off the assignment that I would like to have students ready to use. In this case, it would let them be able to access Google Classroom, see the assignment, and see the materials that I've added to that assignment. In this case, we're going to add our resources in a different way. Another way to add resources is to prepare a number of tabs in a Chrome browser. So in this case, I would like students to have the Edmonton Public School website, the Edmonton Journal, and perhaps YouTube to watch videos. If I would like simply to have a quick way, I can get the tabs I would like them to have open, click Add Resources, select Open Tabs, and as we can see, those 3 tabs are available. Let's go ahead and add those 3 tabs as resources that students would have available. You'll notice here that it tells you how it is shared at the bottom. So YouTube is restricted to this site. That means students will be able to access anything on YouTube. Here, the Edmonton Journal again says restricted to site. This is the default setting, which means they can go anywhere on the Edmonton Journal website. Same for Edmonton Public Schools. If I would like them to have a more restricted view, you'll notice the setting cog on some websites where I can actually go ahead and allow them to only go to a singular page on a website. I can take them just to that site. I can give them no restrictions, which will let them browse anywhere they would like, or the ability to open external links. You'll have to explore the setting that makes the most sense for how you want to manage your student session in Class Tools. And on our documentation, there's a full table that lists each of these and what they do. Heading back, I'll now see that I have my students selected, my resources ready to go, and I can also choose to use captions and translations. For teachers that would like this, there's 2 parts to this. The first option is to Class Tools will allow you to caption on your teacher display. So the screen I'm on right now. So if I were to turn this on, it would immediately start captioning the words that I'm saying here. You'll notice here that it's not doing it quite yet because I haven't actually launched the session. But also if I turn this on, I also have the ability to allow every student using the Class Tool session on their device to be able to access my captions locally on their device, and then even to translate them into a language of their choosing on their device. Documentation goes into this more deeply, and we'll take a look at this in our second video about the student view of this tool. So in this case, I'm just going to skip the captions piece. Clicking Next will allow me to set a session length. We recommend you set this length to be about the length of time you'll be working with the students, because we don't necessarily want this to carry over to students in other classes after they're done with us, where they go to log in and say second period and now they can't use their device with that teacher's expectations. Down here, we also get two options, focus and explore, and we'll talk about those in a second. And then we can go ahead when we're ready, start the session. So you'll notice here, I can see that my session is in progress, meaning that these students, if they log into a managed division Google Chrome OS device, like a Chromebook, they're going to enter into just being able to see those resources I've given them. At any moment during a session, I can go ahead and do a couple of things. One, I can flip them from focus to explore. Explore is just going to let them use their device as normal and still access those resources that I've pre-populated. Focus is going to take away the ability to use other apps and services on that device, so they won't be able to open the browser or access any of the installed apps. They're going to be just in that classwork toolkit, class tools toolkit there, the things we've given them, those resources, and then lock, which will actually physically lock the device, so the students will not be able to do anything except look up from the device to see what the teacher would like their attention for. Those are sort of the three modes, open-ended exploration, focus on the resources I provided you, and lock because I'd like to get your attention. Note that each of these is more defined. You can look at screen captures in the documentation or check out the second video in this series, which is the student view of what happens when these things are enabled on their devices. Finally, if we get close to the end of our session and we need a little more time, we can always add a few more minutes at any point, 1, 3, 5, or 10. And when we're done, recommended we're going to end our session. So we're going to click End Session. We're going to remind the students to save their work because when we close this, it may close that Class Tools app for them. And we're going to click End Session. And we're right back to where we started. So that's the process for starting a session by selecting students and resources, launching the session, toggling between those various environments for the students during a session, and then ending the session. Hopefully, this got you started along with our documentation on using class tools in your classroom. Don't forget, this is a Chrome OS only feature at this time, and watch for the second video in this series. They'll outline the student experience so you can get a little bit of a feel for what students will see when living and working in a class tools session. If you have any more questions or are looking for more resources, you can always reach out to your TIPS member or head to tips.epsb.ca for more resources and information.